All right, guys, here's a review. We're going to hop on the, just get some fuel, the fuel stop here, and we're going to do a review on the CB750F 1979 Honda. It's a super sport model. Yeah, and you guys seen my last video. It's finished. I had it out for a short ride. Just wanted to make sure everything was right. Had to change the petcock. Added a backrest, a little luggage rack. That's what Dan wanted. I don't know if he's going to want anything else, but yeah. We're ready to go for a ride, and we're going to give you my review. Just a quick thought on the bike as I just took it, I rode here, and it reminds me of I think this kind of the first sport touring type bike. I mean, it's not, the pegs aren't far back and the handlebars aren't lean forward, but it's got some pep, and it's a big bike, and I would think of its time, it's probably more of a sport touring bike than maybe just a sport bike, or just something a little bit lighter and handles a little bit better, although it does handle really well. Anyway, that's my thought. I think this is a sport touring bike of the day. Anyway, so we didn't really do much to the bike. I said we changed the petcock. That was leaking. Everything else is good. The pods seem to be working out good. Everything, it's a little bit loud. Hopefully he likes it, because there's straight pipes. There's baffling, but yeah. So let's just hop on it and go for a ride. Yeah. All right, we ready to go for a ride? Yeah, let's go. But the fuel stop, like I just said, in neutral. Starts right up. It's a little bit loud, but it's cool. I like it. Camera working. We're recording. Everything's good. The gear there. So we're used to a quick shifter. All right, guys. So yeah, what do I think of the 750? Well, I like it. It's extremely comfortable. Just looking at my seating position, the camera will see where my legs are. It's pretty much like the GS was. The bars are not as wide, but they're swept back. So your triangle, your driver triangle, whatever you want to call it, is I thought you just take another gear. It's only 5 gears. It's very straight up, very comfortable. The seat is very soft, but I've been riding for about 20 minutes, and it's not digging in any place. It hasn't collapsed or anything, so it's very comfy. It's a little bit loud, the exhaust. Let's see if I can open the see if you guys can hear it. Yeah, I think you guys can hear it better with the shield up. It's got little burbles and cracks and stuff, but the exhaust, these are it's straight through exhaust. Let's see, which way do I want to go? It's a straight through exhaust. Accelerates real nice, and so it's loud. So let's go back to just the ergonomics of the bike. It's, like I said, it's extremely comfortable bike, and it's definitely a whatchamacallit, I think of the time, I think this is a sport touring bike of its time. There's no doubt about it. It's a big bike. It's got a long wheelbase. It's very comfortable, yet it handles really well. It flicks over really well. It's got good power. As soon as you get to like 6 grand, it just really, that's where the torque must peak out. Cruising speed about 5,500 RPM, you're about 60 miles an hour. But it handles real nice as I go through these little twisties. Brakes, I wouldn't say the brakes are great, but but they're adequate. I mean, for this type of bike, they're just absolutely fine, I mean, if you're gonna go on the track, I guess they wouldn't be as good, but you're not taking this bike on a track. So it's a super comfy bike. It accelerates really, really good. See if I can get to a stop sign. I'm not going to accelerate hard. It's not my bike to be beat up. But yeah, we're cruising about. The speedometer's off about 10%. So we're doing about 55 and super, super comfy. See if we can do some acceleration. Yeah, it gets up to speed real nice. I guess that was about 90. I got to get used to the clutch. That's why that first, second gear shift wasn't that good. But yeah, I just got to get used to it. But I'm just so used to the quick shifter. But it gets up. It's like I said, it's very, very comfortable. The exhaust is kind of on the loud side. I like it. Dan may not. I'll change out the mufflers if he wants me to. But I kind of like it. Seating position, like I said, getting back to that, it's comfortable. I don't know what else I can talk about the bike. It's just it flicks in real easy. Wind protection, obviously there's no wind protection because there's no windscreen on it. But the gauges here and that big old headlight, I don't feel wind. I feel wind starting right about here, and it's not it's clean air and it's not terrible. It's not like super warm out, but so there's a little chill in the air, but it's fine. And yeah. I don't know what the fuel mileage on a bike like this gets. Who knows? I think I got everything sorted out. With the pod filters, it does feel like it runs a little bit lean when you're in cruising, but it's not like it's stalling or anything like that. Like I pulled the clutch in, idle's nice. Let's see, we can do another acceleration run. So idle's nice. Let me just show you. Just the throttle response is really good. I mean, it accelerates good. I mean, they supposedly this bike was a mid 12-second bike back in the day, which that's pretty fast. It's faster today. So it accelerates really good for a bike that's this old, and I was only going up to like 78, 8,000 RPM, but it'll go right up to 9,000 RPM with no problem. Like I said, I'm not going to beat it up. It's not my bike to beat up. But it handles real nice, and like I said, so you'll see, like when I'm in cruising about 4,000, you may hear the, like a little bit, and it's cold out. I think that helps. Not helps, but it makes it feel more lean than normal. But like I'm cruising now, well, I don't feel it as much now because it's warmed up. But when it's cold, you'll feel like not surging, but you'll feel it a little bit. That's on the lean side. But that's the nature of the pod filters. My buddy's going to be riding this when it's warm and everything like that, so that's not going to be an issue. The mirrors, they're funky looking. They're Mickey Mouse mirrors, and I'm not a big fan of big matte round mirrors, but they're a beautiful view. Beautiful as far as seeing behind you. You have no problem picking up behind you, and I'll get no vibrations. Now, if you think about vibrations, there are some. I feel a little bit in my hands, but nothing terrible where I'm getting tingling. Nothing in my foot pegs, but I do feel it. Like if I'm hugging the tank with my knees, I do feel the vibration there about 4,500. It's easy to get neutral. I had to play around with the clutch. It needed an adjustment. As you guys can see, I'm going to stop here, and you guys can see my, I'm flat-footed. There is one thing difference with this bike is you have, I put the filters for the crankcase on, and you can smell it. I can smell it, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything about that because it had like it went into the air box, so you didn't get the smell. So you do smell, whatchamacallit, from the breather. You smell some oil. It's not leaking or anything. I thought we had a leak, but it's not leaking. So that's something he's going to have to live with, I guess. Or if he wants, I'm going to put the the air box back in, which is not a big deal. It's a pain in the ass, but I can put it back in. I found the trick to do it and everything like that. So yeah, I'll be sitting at this light. So yeah, so as far as seat height, it's no problem. Yeah, the transmission shifts nice. I mean, I just got to get used to it. It's just so much different than my street triple. This is a nice turn. I always like to go with my other bike. Oops, we got to take it easy now. Yeah, it accelerates so smooth with those pods. It's just like that, like when you're just cruising, you might hear a little, well, since it's warmed up, it doesn't do that. Only did it when it was cold, so I'm just thinking because it's so I would say the pods make you just a little bit leaner than you need to be, and it's, I guess that critical setup with the jetting, but I'm overall happy. I could ride this bike every day. So right now I feel a little vibration in the tank, but hardly anything in the grips, and the seat is so comfy. So yeah, this is definitely a sport touring bike of its time. No doubt about it. It's fast. It's definitely keep up with all the bikes today. Not my bike or like sport bikes, but it, you know, to keep up with any Harley, it'll outrun any Harley Davidson. I mean, it's fast. I mean, stock. I'm not talking about guys that have hopped theirs up. It's a fast bike, you know, and you're just like, let's see, we're doing about, let's see what the speedometer says. We're about 60 miles an hour out. The speedometer says 60. We're probably doing about 62, 60. Speedometer says 64. We're doing probably about 58, 5,000 RPM. So we're just cruising on the highway, basically, just make believe we're on the highway. Pass somebody, no problem. Got good passing power. Didn't have to downshift or anything. Very, very, very nice. Very nice. Let's see, what else can we talk about? It's just a nice cruising bike. It's 1979, so you do the math. It's 44 years old. I'm not going to say it rides like a new bike, but it's definitely a cool bike. You can shift without the clutch. Idle's nice. It's showing about 1200, but it doesn't feel like it's 1200. I don't know how accurate the whatchamacallit is, the tack. See if I can put it back into neutral. Neutral is real easy. It just goes through the gears so nice, and it accelerates so smoothly. Hey, inline fours, they always do that. I'm always looking for 6th gear. Yeah. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to give you my review. I think it's a cool bike. It's a bike I would love to own. It's louder than the stock bike. May not like it for a lot of people. I can easily change the silences back if Dan doesn't like it, but I think he's going to like a little bit of noise. And yeah. So like I hope you enjoyed the whole build, the review of the bike. Any questions, feel free to ask. It's a really cool bike, and it's a bike you can drive every day. You can ride every day. This is not a bike that you have to worry about. I think it's a dependable bike. I don't know if I told you guys, this bike has electronic ignition, so it's, you know, it's just normal maintenance. You know, you just got to stay on top of the carburetors. I guess that's the biggest thing. So I put some stable in here, and because I know it's going to sit for a month or two before, well, maybe up like 3 or 4 months. But I told him I want to take it out at least once a month. Anyway, guys, that's it. Again, I hope you enjoyed it all, and I'm sure I'll have a video out again. We'll be back. Next video, we'll be back. We'll be back on the street triple. Later.